Okay guys, it's so hot outside, I'm doing this upstairs. It's about 97 here. So, okay, we've been talking about the brakes and how important they are. And once you find those, I venture to say that if you find, especially the front brake, if you find the front brake and just go play golf the way you've been playing golf, you're probably going to improve. If you find both of them, you're even going to get better. Okay, but now then, let's kind of tune up everything else in our setup and how we can even get better. One of the things that we need to realize is that our humerus, we got two of them on from our shoulder to our elbows. Okay, this big bone right here. What needs to happen with the humerus on the lead side is you need to be able to take your humerus and internally rotate it. See how I'm internally rotating? That would be internal, that would be external. So you want to internal rotate it. Whoop, just like that. Okay, so to take your grip with your left hand, just internally rotate it. Now move the bones down here, leave this humerus where it's at, and just turn your wrist, then grab the club. Same thing on the right side. Okay, so just come in here, turn it inside, and then just grab your club. Okay, now then I've got them both internally rotated. Both of them are internally rotated. They're not rotated out, and they're not just sitting there. If they just sit there, you're all screwed up. You've got to have them internally rotated. Okay, now what happens on the takeaway is if I'm internally rotated correctly on the right, on my trail side, the club, when I bring it back, my elbow is going to fold the way it's supposed to. Okay, see it fold? Now if I'm externally rotated or just sloppy, hell, I could go any way. You got to have a system that limits your motions, and this is one of them. You want to lock your motions in by internally rotating your upper arms. So now then I can come back correctly, and my my arm will fold correctly. Okay. This is still internally rotated on my takeaways. It rotated towards me. Now coming back to the ball, I stay internal rotated with both of them. Okay, I got to be internally rotated. And then out at the bottom, we go into one of our power accumulators, which is the straightening of the trail arm. Okay, you're still rotated inward, but now all you got to do is fire with your wrist at the ball and straighten your right arm. Then you'll come on through, and on this side, since you're internally rotated, you'll come up and your left arm will start bending and finish the way it's supposed to finish. If this lead arm was not internally rotated, you're taking out the motion, okay? If it wasn't rotated like this, let's go the other way. If it wasn't rotated like this, hell, there's your chicken wing and everything else, okay? You're taking the range of motion out of these humeruses or your upper arms so that they will do exactly what you want them to do in the golf swing. You've got your brakes now, okay? Now it's just a matter of swinging, okay, and hitting the brakes. Hit the brakes here, hit the brakes over here, and just let your arms sling around, because it's going to feel like a slingshot. Now, let me explain one more thing. Okay, here's the center of me looking at me this way. Here's the center of me looking straight on. When you're coming back to the ball from the top, okay? When you're coming back to the ball from the top, you cannot let your hands get in front or ahead of your sternum, because you'll come over the top and everything else. Okay, that's just a bad move. What you want happening is you want your hands to stay up here, and now that I'm going to my front brake, and as I go to my front brake, my hands are dropping, but they're not dropping out in front of me. They're dropping right down my right leg, okay? That's what it feels like. It's not happening like that, but that's what it feels like. The farther you can keep your hands back here feeling, okay? I'm not saying all the way back here like this. I'm just saying just keep them back and then let them drop, okay? When you hit that brake, now then it's nothing but a sling. You just slingshot your club. And that's when you'll release the club like I've been showing, like that. See what I'm saying? It's not like this. It's not like that. There's nothing to that. You know, got to hold that angle. Keep this right wrist bent. No, you don't want to do that crap. That's just totally wrong. So anyway, on your downswing, concentrate on keeping your hands away from your sternum, or just coming right down your right side, your inseam on your shirt. I mean, you can't do it. I'm not saying come down like this. I'm just saying just come down like this, okay? And make sure, and as you turn, your hands will finally come out in front of you, and your right arm can straighten, and game over, okay? So y'all go out and practice that. You might as well set up right if you're gonna do this thing right. And if you set up like that and hit those brakes, you're gonna be so much better, so it ain't gonna be funny, okay? You'll love it, okay? Hope that helped. Talk to y'all later. I'm praying for rain. We've had about 5 or 6 inches of rain here since May, and things are so dry around here that it's terrible, okay? Anyway, hope that helped, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye.